All right, hey guys, this is my new channel, so welcome to it. Same name, I guess the email different on this phone, even though it's the same phone as the one I had before. But so let's get some content on there. This is my 1984 Kohler Rochelle, and I'm going to show you real quick what I rebuilt it with when I showed the first video on here of how I took the original valve out, rebuilt it, because the original valve was one I took off another spare toilet. It worked, but over time the water kept seeping out of the toilet. Every now and then you hear the valve keep kicking on, and what was wrong is there was little pits in the brass where the flush ball goes down. They get old, they wear out, and I just changed it. And I bought a good deal. I got a good deal on these, a box of these brass fill valves. These are new old stock. They're made by Mansfield, and yeah, they work well. And it's quiet, and these things put out a lot of water. That's like full force. You know, fluid masters and stuff work fine, but they believe it or not, they restrict some water flow. They don't just gush into the tank. This does. This is like putting a direct water flow tube right in the tank and turning it on the valve. So I like that because there's a lot more pressure to the bowl fill, which works because not having the original valve in here, the rim rinse is not going to be as strong, but it does work well with this. So that's the fill valve that I used in the toilet. This is the flush valve. This is a universal flush valve. This is strictly, though, for one-piece toilets. Doesn't necessarily have to be for a Kohler Rochelle or anything, but one-handed here, guys. Of course, now it's going to get bound up. There it is. Throw it down there. So this is what it looks like. Looks like an ordinary, regular two-piece toilet flush valve, right? But it is not. That's the difference. This has the wing nut on the bottom with the screw, the lug screw. So you would just, you'd loosen this nut up enough where you could. This is for a 2-inch. They make them up to 3-inch. You'd have to measure the whole opening of your low boy or one-piece toilet, but this is 2-inch are pretty standard. I say that with hesitation, but so you could just kind of wiggle it, the lug there under the hole, and it'll lock in there, and then you could tighten it down. It's got a screw right there. It'll take a Phillips R straight. The flapper valve is just a pretty plastic. It's one of these plastic ones with the rubber seal, but I tried one on another one I had. A regular standard flapper will work, like the quirky red ones or black ones that you get at the hardware store for $5 or $6. They work just fine. So this is the valve. The only thing is this does not have a vacuum breaker. So, there's nothing to prevent water from going back into the public water supply if your water pressure breaks due to a water main break or anything. But if you know that's going to happen, or if the city's going to shut your water down for a while and they tell you, then it would be a good idea probably just to turn the valve off to the toilet until they get the water fixed so that you don't lose enough pressure to siphon water out of your tank, because it could happen. That's the only problem with an old valve. That's why they don't use them anymore. But it works. And it works well for these old vintage toilets that require a lot of water to flush. Take a quick look at the rebuild after product here. And again, with the universal flush valve there, you'll have to measure and cut the length of the tube here to the height of your tank so that you can still make it as an overflow. I got it almost just a little bit above the actual water line in the toilet because the Rochelles have a built-in overflow anyway. It'll flow into the rim. So, and since I don't have the original valve in here, the rim rinse, I just used the bowl fill tube to put in there because there's quite a bit of water that goes through there, and it still works very well. So let's do a flush. I put some toilet paper in here already. There you go. Trying to hurry and get this done before the girls get home from school so it doesn't get loud. Here we go. Still flushes very well. And it's very quiet still. There you have it. You can see quite a bit of water still coming in the rim, guys. It's coming through all the jets very well. I guess it would have helped to turn on the camera light. I just realized that the lighting's messed up here because the lights are way over there. So anyway, all right, guys, there you have it. There's the rebuilt 1984 Kohler Rochelle. Thanks for watching, guys.